Wow. Wow. Hello. Welcome. Still working on the last few things here. Let's see. Could that be it? Nope. There it is. You know, all those things that, let's see. That you mean to do, but you forget to do until the last minute. That's what I'm doing right now. Those last minute things. Hello, Eric. I guess we can start now. Not starting now. Not ready. Hold on a second. Show videos 2024. There we go. Bring it in. Hopefully that's going to work. We'll find out. Had to update the copyright on the closing graphic, which Martin Kay so thoughtfully sent me 2 years ago. He sent me 22, 23, and 24. So I realized I had it on hand and I didn't have to wait. So there we go. All right, let's see, what do we got here? So OG was sitting over ways to pick up an AMD card, a 7900 XT. Let me know what you got. And Jasper's here. Welcome. Glad to have you. And how do you spell a name that starts GRZ? Is the Z silent? So is it Gregors? Tell me if I'm close. Oh, let's see. I can spell it. I just can't say it. Hello, RP. Glad you made it at the last minute. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. And the vMix Fun Time live show has inspired me to have things going on in the background. Theirs means something. Mine don't. That is simply an Asus motherboard CD installation happening. So yeah. So good afternoon. Sound for you, audio, video, recording, including the comments. I love it. I don't think I've ever seen punctuation like that in a YouTube name. Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. Okay. So we got some stuff here to do today, and I'm not quite sure exactly how we're going to do it. We're going to use a screen capture, which is a desktop capture, which is a local desktop capture. And I think I'll just capture my display. Is that the right one? Yes. Okay, good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. And yeah, so I am excited. I don't know about you. 2014, I'll have to go back and check, but I think 2014 was yes, definitely 2014. 2014 was the first time I started using vMix because Nick Davidson, Nick, if you're watching, this is all your fault. This whole thing is your fault. Bought a couple of PCs to run Replay, and we were going to run VidBlaster, and as he got back and started playing with it, he just didn't like it. He said, I'd rather have vMix. And I'm like, what? Who? Where? And so we got him vMix. That was back in the days where you could send an email and say, hey, I want to be a vMix reseller. And they'd say, send us money and we'll set you up. So I sent them money and they sent me 2 pro licenses. And so that was the start of vMix for me, not for vMix. That was 2014. Holy cow, can you imagine? And it's funny because it was like, 2007 when we first started doing the live stream. And okay, hold on. We've got some pronunciation help here. The only thing that comes to mind right now regarding reading of the RZ is it's like a J in Jacques. Okay. So it's more like George. Oh, well. I gave it a try. How about just GI for short? You remember it as if it were yesterday. It wasn't. It wasn't. Hang on a second. Let me restart this PC. Oh, my goodness. Please restart your PC. Okay, I will. Can you imagine having to deal with a CD drive in this day and age? Okay. And here we go. I think we got enough bandwidth to let that download. Just doing a Windows update there. GI is fine. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, these damn Americans, they can't get anything right, right? But give us enough time, we'll get it right, or we'll find a compromise. Yeah, so how are we doing on time? We've got just a few minutes left before the show. The show. Welcome from Belgium. Glad to have you. Multimedia Max, Belgium. I love it. I love it. Welcome. And glad you're here. Interesting. And this was amazed me at the very beginning. Back when we started this show in 2012, actually. Yeah, it was 2012. So it's been, the summer will have been 12 years. So when we started the show at the same time, 3:00 Eastern in the afternoon, I was amazed at all the folks from across the pond that were watching. And then I realized, yeah, it's after supper. You guys don't have anything better to do. It's all right. Sound guy, I mix sound made a CD with me as the recording tech. I couldn't play it later for the lack of a CD drive. I like it. Yep. What was it somebody was teasing about on a video I was watching last night about a 3.5-inch floppy? Or was it a 5 1/4, or was it an 8-inch floppy? Now that'll take you back. I remember the first time I saw a hard drive. It was 10 megabytes and it was this big. And it was huge. It was amazing. We'll never fill it up. Golly gee. The technology that those of us that are graying. Yeah. I'm grayer in person than I am on the set. least that's what I keep telling myself. But it's amazing the changes that we've seen in our world in a relatively short period of time. You know, way back when, you could go hundreds of years and there wouldn't be any significant changes. We can't go hundreds of months. What would hundreds of months be? 7 years? 8 years? Yeah. 8 years and a penny. Can't do that. Hello, Michael. So glad to have you with us today. Yes, indeedy. Okay, where are we on time? We've got 30 seconds. All right, we've got to get ready for the show sooner or later. So let me grab a little something to drink and we'll get ready. The studio is an absolute wreck. We just pushed 3 PCs out the door and we've got 3 more that we're working on. One of which we'd like to push out the door today. We'll see. And the others I'll have to wait till next week because I'm leaving town first thing in the morning. All right, so let's get the show on the road, shall we? As usual, we're going to, I really ought to have an X Keys cam. I'll set that up so that you guys can see me execute the shortcuts on the X keys, like getting the show started. Here we go. Ta-da! That always amazing. I love that. Who could have conceived of that? Martin Kay could have conceived of that. And he did, in fact. Yes, he did. All right. So today we are vMix 27. Holy cow. Did you know 27 is a perfect cube? Excuse me. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So I think 27 might be a perfect release. I mean, when you think about the last perfect, did I say perfect square? Anyway, the last perfect cube was vMix 8. vMix 8. 2 times 2 times 2. We're now at 3 times 3 times 3. And 4 times 4 times 4, 16, would be vMix 64, which is going to be a while. It used to be vMix would put out 2, maybe even, I don't know, 3 major updates a year. And then it was definitely 2. And then it was 2 and yeah. And now it's like an annual Christmas update or annual first of the year update. But this one was well worth waiting for. 27's got something for everybody in it. Now, the big feature, of course, is Zoom integration, which I have purposely stayed away from for now, because I think there's still going to be some tweaking and some discovery going on in it. And I'm going to do a deep dive on it, but not right away, because I think there's going to be a tremendous benefit to it. But we'll have to see. It's funny because I'm being asked to do a vMix demo for a school system in next month. And they want me to talk about vMix, and they have sent me a Microsoft Teams link to join their meeting with. And that's no problem. vMix will do an external output, which becomes the virtual webcam input in Teams. But it's not the same thing as what vMix is doing with Zoom at all, nearly. No. So we'll talk more about Zoom as it comes out. Those of you that signed up last Wednesday for the free vMix update, remember we're doing 27 free updates, not upgrades, mind you, but updates. Somebody said, hey, I wanted to get a pro version. I was like, it would be nice if we could do that. We could just wave a magic wand and update everybody to the $1,200 US version. But yeah, so we'll be punching out the rest of the 27. I think we've got, last time I checked, we had about 20 that people had asked for. And here's the deal. You have to go into last week's video. You could do it in this week's video. That would be okay. But after the video is over, not here in chat, but in the comments, once the video is signed, sealed, delivered, and recorded on YouTube, and YouTube makes it available as a replay. I wouldn't call it a replay, but that's what everybody else calls it. Anyway, so go in and make a comment, and in 27 words or less, we've had 3 people use exactly 27 words. If you counted words that should have been 2 words and they punched them together as 1 word, Anthony. Anyway, we have a bunch of folks that have done that. They've gone on, they've given us a comment, 27 words or less, why they like vMix, what vMix allows them to do, something positive about vMix. Put that in the comments and send that same exact comment to me, Tom Sinclair, at my email address, tom@easternshorebroadcasting.com. Let's see if I can put that up for you. Take this one down and put it up there. There we go. And also send me your license key. A lot of people sent me their how much they love vMix, and they forgot to send their license key. So I have to send them back an email saying, send me your license key, because the universe doesn't know what of the 12 billion vMix licenses we need to update for you. Or if they do know, they're not telling me. So send me your license key. I promise I'll destroy it. I'll forget about it. I don't have any nefarious purposes for your license key, although I guess I could. I hadn't thought about that. I'll have to think some more about it. Maybe we'll be giving away a lot more licenses. Just teasing. Just teasing. Promise. I really am teasing. Because we're not going to do that. So go to one of the YouTube videos, last week's or today's, and in the comments section, comment why you like vMix. Send that comment to me at this email address and include your license key. And if we haven't already given away all 27 of them, we'll send you a update to vMix so that you can install and use vMix 27. You don't get a new license key. You just get an email back from me and saying, hey, you're updated. Go have fun. Download the new version. Tell me what you think. So there we go. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So let's go back to here. And what I want to do today is to talk about a feature that might have been overlooked in vMix 27's new release. A lot going on back there, but black screen is not a good sign. We'll have to check that after the show. I'm building a PC and was installing Windows and doing Windows updates, and yeah, maybe it needs a reboot at this point. Anyway, vMix continues to strengthen and mature the audio handling section of the vMix software. And this vMix 27 is no exception. And they've added a couple of things that some of you are just going to fall in love with and say, oh my gosh, this is the best thing since sliced bread. And others of you will go, I don't know I don't care about that. Let's put it that way. I don't care. I'm doing replay. I don't care about audio. Okay. So let's go into, let me show you my screen. This is my screen. There we go. Let's get this one up there. There we go. We'll take that out. And so you can see that I'm using a bunch of inputs today. Actually, there's number 90 And this, we're on a an i9 machine. Let's see what the specs are. Can we get the specs here? Nope, won't be that way. How about we do it that way? Yeah. So the specs are, this is an i9 10900KF, 10 cores, running at 3.7, but it boosts up to 5. And we've got, I think, 32 gigs of RAM, not because we really need it, but because I just got guilted into it by somebody who said, you need more RAM. You got to have more RAM. You need more RAM. You might someday edit a video. It's like, I don't edit any videos. They go straight out to the YouTube. So anyway, all right, so we got 90 inputs. We're running vMix 27 Pro. We've got a 10900 i7. We're running at 1080p 60, 5994, but 60. And we are live streaming. See if we can pull it up here. Using AV1, vMix 27, AV1, 1080p, 6 megabits per second to YouTube. And that last week, I think we did 4.5. The vMix Funtime live show, they were doing 8. And I thought, well, the least I can do is move up to 6. So, yeah, there's that. What else? We've got a RTX 4070 Ti, which is a bad boy. And that allows us to do the AV1 streaming. And it's hooked up to a couple of monitors. And the camera today is, I really like this. This is the Move 4K from PTZ Optics. It's the 12X version, so it's perfect for a studio. And what it means is I don't have to move to adjust the blasted camera. I can do it from my seat, and I really like that. We did a lot of shows for, I think, probably 6 months where we were live streaming 4K 60 just to see how it would happen. And it kind of put me right at the top edge of my bandwidth. And there were a couple times when we had some flubs. So I've backed down to 1080p 60 until I can get better internet. It's coming. I just got fiber at home. Okay. Anyway, so that's my setup. Oh, and the audio is a Audio Technica ATR 897 shotgun mic right here. Literally just out of the camera. I'm going to touch it right there. And that goes to a Behringer UMC 404 HD, the exact same interface that the vMix guys use, the vMix lads. I don't know why you care about that, but we're going to talk about audio, so we're going to talk about that. So this is my setup, and I've been informed by them that all these new audio features, not all of them, but the audio manager, which is the one I'm most interested in, is located down here in the hamburger menu, which is expanded. It used to be just like 3 or 4, and now it's up to 2, 4, 6, 8. It's got a triggers manager. It's got vMix diagnostics, video tools, media converter, title designer, social, and audio bus manager. Now, social, title designer, video tools, video media converter, and diagnostics are all separate applications on your PC. So if you go into programs, let's do that real here quickly and take a look. I'm going to get to the point, I promise. And here they are: desktop capture, which is a separate app, diagnostics, title designer, meter converter, titles, the old title designer, update, and video tools. But we'll notice that audio bus manager does not appear. So the only way to get to that is going to be through vMix and triggers managers for that matter, but we haven't gone there yet. All right, so let's pull up the audio bus manager. That's it. Boom, there it is. And let's make the window larger. There we go. And what vMix has done here in the audio bus manager is they have identified all of the inputs that I'm using right now that could potentially have some sort of audio associated with them. So the first one, for example, is an NDI P120 camera. It's around here somewhere. There's a vMix call. There's another vMix call. There's another vMix call. There's another vMix call. There's this camera right here. Here's my microphone right here. That's a video. That's a video. That's a video. That's an audio clip. That's the bumper music. That's another ATR 897 across the way. That's an audio clip, audio clip, audio clip, video clip, fireworks. It's just got some background noise. Another video with background, another video with background sound, another vMix call, and then the browser, which has got vMix Social open. Why that would have audio associated with it, I don't know. Maybe it's, maybe because it could have been like a YouTube video or something like that. So that's pretty cool. So that's a bunch of them. And you notice that here we go. We've got settings for all of them. So I can go into the settings for the audio for any one of those right here. But I've also got channels. So I've got the master right here, and everything is assigned to the master. I don't know why those two guys aren't assigned. Let's assign those to the master. So we can look at a heartbeat and see what's assigned to the master. That doesn't need to be. We'll take that out of there. That doesn't need to be. What else? That one doesn't matter. That one doesn't have any audio associated with it. So we picked 3 that does. And how easy was that? How easy was that? And now I want to say, okay, I've got fresh and fun on channel A. Well, channel A for me, bus A for me is assigned to this TV set right here on the back side of the camera that's got, essentially a confidence monitor for me. So I can see myself, I can see the time, I can see the chat. And it's a TV, so it's got audio. And sometimes I'll play videos on there and use the audio from that TV, from those speakers, as a monitor here in the studio. So by assigning fresh and fun to A, that means the audio is going to come out in A. Now we can play with it here a little bit. This is my microphone right here. If we do this, we might get some feedback. We might cause trouble. Let's see what happens. Causing trouble. Check 1, 2. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Let's turn up the sound a little bit. Check, check, check. Let's turn up the sound here. I know you can't see that, but let's go up. Check, check, check. Maybe some sort of noise cancellation going on in there. How about that? Did I do the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. Well, anyway, you notice when I did click A, that the A came on right here. Watch as I unclick it. It goes away, comes back, goes away, comes back, goes away. That's pretty cool. Do the same thing with B. So I'm assigning it to the B bus. Let's open up those 2 buses right there so we can see them a little more easily. And then we'll pull the bus manager back up. So we can see A and B right here. And as I take them off A and take them off B, you can see that the volume disappears. So we know that those are being assigned to those. Or C. C was the one that had the TV on it. Here's the TV. Oh, yeah. Wasn't that nasty? Oh, my gosh. Okay. Let's don't ever do that again. So I thought Fresh and Fun was on C. Let's go down and check it. It should be. Yeah, there's C, but is it assigned to C? It is now. Huh. So how am I getting audio here in the studio when that wasn't assigned to C? Now I think we can rename these buses these days. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah, we're going to give that a name. We're just going to call it TV. So now the C bus is CTV. Oops, wrong one. Let's go here. Audio bus manager. Still doesn't say TV, but you get the idea. All right, so we've got all these, and we can assign it to whatever of the audio buses are available. I don't have D, E, F, and G enabled, so that's not why they're appearing here. And in order to enable them right now, I'd have to restart vMix, so we're not going to do that. But a neat feature is I don't have to look at the whole list. I can look, for example, at things that are just audio inputs. Aha. And that's going to be my two microphones. That's nice. So I can boil it down and say, okay, I want to look at anything that is a video call. And there are 5 video calls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. And they're currently all assigned to the M bus, the master. Let's see what else I can look at. How about web browser? I know I have one of those. Audio, that's going to be just things like MP3s or WAV files. And what about video? Is there video on here? Stream, SRT, Zoom. All right, there's NDI, so that's the new 2 cameras. Stream, SRT, don't have any of those. Audio is those 4 files. Audio inputs, my 2 mics. Replay, I don't have any replay going. Web browser, I've got 1. Video call, I've got 5. Zoom, I don't have any. And then my different bins down here that I've got that, let's see, like custom 1 is going to be intro, outro, I think. Let's see, custom 1. Yeah, those are my openings and closings. Okay, well, that's interesting. It doesn't have, oh, there it is right on the top, video. So it does have all my videos. So I've got 6 different videos there. And then lists, don't have any lists. And then we'll go back to, yeah, and then camera, don't have any cameras. I've got NDI, but vMix doesn't consider those cameras. They're kind of quasi streams, even though they're not under streams. Okay, so we'll go back to the whole list. So now I can customize very easily where my audio is going to go. This is half of creating a green room. This is half of creating a talkback channel. And so it can be handled much more easily than ever before if I'm going to do it manually. If I'm going to do it by a shortcut, I'm still going to have to come up with a whole series of shortcuts that turn on the audio for, for example, for all 5 of my vMix calls. I want all 5 of those to be able to go to the C bus, for example. But I can now send the audio to the C bus pretty quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, let's go back to vMix calls here. Video calls. There we go. 5. So they're now on the C bus. They're sending audio to the C bus. They're not necessarily hearing the C bus. I'm going to have to go in and change each one of those individually so that their audio source is the C bus. And hopefully there'll be some sort of mix minus built in for that. Anyway, we'll worry about that a little later as we take a deeper dive into vMix call again. The other thing that I haven't talked about yet, I mean, we've talked about all these channels, and I'll take these off the C bus just so they don't go to the TV, which is the C bus. We'll take that one off too, since it's not supposed to be there. Is the flower. I was working with somebody one day and they said, "Oh, you mean the flower?" And I said, "Yeah, the gear icon, the settings icon." "Oh, the flower." So yeah, I can go into the flower, and let's go into the flower for my mic right here. I'm going to go into the flower, and the flower takes me to the audio settings. So for example, if I find my mic down here in the audio mixer section and click the flower, I go to the audio settings. Same audio settings, just a different selection within that setting. So for example, let's get this, can we get this back up? Yeah, there it is. we'll get this back up right here. So we'll go to the desk, we'll go to the configuration for my mic, and it takes us right to the bus mixer. That's the second part of this new mixer thing. I mean, this new audio thing is the mixer. We had the manager we just saw. This is the mixer. So within my mic, this is just my mic, I have the option based on the fact that there are 4 channels, 4 buses that my mic could go to, the main, the A, the B, and the C, is I can automatically, within my mic, I can say, hey, I was getting some, not reverb, what do you call it? Feedback when I went to the TV. Let's turn that way down, and then we can assign the TV right here. Check, 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 check. Let's put a little bit more volume with it. Check. Did you hear it in the background? A little echo, echo, echo. Let's go a little bit more. Check, check. Yep. So we'll turn it off. Boom, right there. But I can decide how much audio I want to send to each of my 4 channels, my 4 buses that are available right here. So I can set up a custom mix depending on where the channels are going. For example, if I'm sending the D channel to the fellowship hall as an audio output, and that's going to go into a mixer that has its own volume control, I may not need to send full volume here. I probably would, and let them turn it down there so the signal to noise ratio is better. But I have the ability to control the audio to that channel for one specific input right here. Right here. Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. So we're getting there. We've still got the channel mixer, which looks kind of the same, except this is my audio left and right channels, and we're going to just do an overall volume reduction. We've got the channel matrix, which again is kind of like the bus manager. And this is actually, when this was introduced, the bus manager was promised, although I don't think they were calling it that back then. And now we've got the bus mixer, so we can mix to each bus. And let's find that program. There it is. Boom. We've got the bus manager that allows to quickly see where our audio is going and quickly change it. So yeah, I think that's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's the kind of tool I won't use all the time, but when I need it, I'm going to need it in a hurry, and I'm going to have great and easy access to it, and I'm going to be able to visually scan and like that one. Let's pull it up again. Pull it up again. Don't talk about it. Show it. Like this one guy. Yeah, let's get him bigger. This one guy right here. He's kind of an anomaly. Fresh and fun. He's assigned to the A channel. What is the A bus? Now that I'd like to be able to see more easily than going through here. Audio outputs. Oh, A is just enabled. It's not anything special. The TV is C. And B is a cable, a virtual audio cable. Boy, it's been a while since I've been on this page. Okay, we won't be using those anymore. Well, we might, but we probably won't. But we might. Well, we probably won't. But we could. Anyway, okay. So that's Audio Manager. Audio Bus Manager and Audio Bus Mixer. Very different, but very similar names. A little confusing. We need to talk to vMix about how they name things. Because for the longest time, what did we have? Was it full screen? Yeah, multi-view. Multi-view was like 3 different things for multi-view in vMix. Very confusing to explain to somebody on the front end. Anyway. So there we go. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. So play with it. If you do some cool things about it, come back to this video and leave them in the comments below so that other people can see. If you're watching after the fact and you've got a question, post your question down there. and it'll alert me so I can come back and answer it. Or you can just go to our website. Uh, the website is actually easternshorebroadcasting.com, but if you go to streamingidiots.com, you go to the same place. It just forwards. So yeah, whatever's easier. Well, Streaming Idiots is always easier. Plus, it's more fun. Yeah. All right, that's it. That's it. We're going to go to post show now. We're going to find out if the change I made in pre show to the closing video, Jaws of Death, has the right copyright on it, or if I just screwed it all up. And I'm going to use my X Keys XK80 with this special pink button right here. Ready? Here we go. Hey, hey, look at that. Look at that. It's got the right copyright. That's cool. All right. Well, we're good. Well, we're not that good, but yeah, we're good-ish. We're good-ish. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see what we missed while we were talking. While we were talking. Oh, Michael says, I've been working too hard. There we go. Eric says that Teams has NDI. That's a good point. I mean, Eric, is it easier to do a vMix external output as a video source in Teams? I think you're talking about Teams output to vMix, which for my demo in a couple of weeks, I don't care about. Because I don't care about seeing anything. I mean, I can just leave the Teams window up for that matter. Yeah, but we'll play with it. And it seems to me I had some trouble with that on the audio side a while back. We'll see. All right, Multimedia Max from Belgium says, I have problems with Zoom at this moment to receive 1080 in vMix. Yes, you probably need to contact Zoom and get them to enable that on their end, because there is a little button that they have to push specific to you in order to enable that. So double check that. Yes. Sound for You audio video recording would like to have vMix 27 at some point. Lay it on me, baby. Lay it on me. I like it. All right. Kent asks the best questions. Tom, did you have issues with Zoom audio just turning off for a couple of seconds throughout a meeting in vMix? Yes. That has been reported. And where did I see that? I saw that in the vMix forum. Let's see if we can pull that up here real quickly. Search keyword. Let's go like Zoom audio. Let me bring this over so you guys can see it. All right, let's do that. And then that. And then Zoom audio search. Let's see what we get. Yeah, I think this is where I saw it, Kent. Let's go back just real quick. I won't belabor this, but I'm going to go to general discussion. By the way, if you've never been to the vMix forum. It's a great place. We're going to go to vMix just released. And I think this may have been where I saw it. Admin, by the way, is Martin Sinclair. No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, this must not have been where I saw it then. My apologies. But I will say that vMix is now the current version of vMix 27 is .65. So Kent, if you don't have .65, I would suggest you download it and check it with 65 because they may have fixed it. GPU memory at 100%. Yes, it is. And I am like not worried about this in any way because I am not using GPU memory. vMix is not using GPU memory the way it used to. And let me switch back to this screen for a second. And let's go here. And I'll show you why. So we're going to bring up the NVIDIA control panel. And let's put it over itself so that it's not as confusing there. And if you haven't already done this, you want to go to the NVIDIA control panel, go to Manage 3D Settings, and to come down here to Power Management Mode and make sure that's set for prefer maximum performance. That way vMix will get the most out of it. But let's go here to System Information for just a second. And we're going to see that my resizable bar is set on. So it's yes. If my resizable bar is set off, then that reduces the amount of memory on the video card that vMix can use. By setting resizable bar on, it means that I can get all sorts of memory use in the card that I could not get otherwise. And it triggers, I think it triggers 100% memory use down there in the sys tray, which is where Michael saw it because he's got very good eyes. So I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it and not seeing any, negative function at all. OG says, I think the new 4070 Ti Super is now where the 4070 should have been to begin with. Haven't seen the 4070 Super, 4070 Ti Super. Yeah. Huh. Hello, Gunner. Glad you're here. Yes. GI, you had the answer. Xavier, glad you're here. Better late than not at all. We can start now. Y'all keep an eye on Michael Quest. He's a genius. MS Teams has NDI built in. For what it's worth. For what it's worth, vMix was the first piece of software out there that wasn't produced by NewTek that had NDI in. In fact, vMix was the first piece of hardware or software that had NDI in it, not including anything from NewTek. I remember that was in 2016 at NAB when they announced it. Dr. Andrew Cross, who was then the CEO or president or whatever at NewTek, and Martin Sinclair were in the shadows near the vMix booth talking in hushed tones. I think I took their picture. I don't think either one of them liked it. Xavier says, not sure what all you covered. Well, just audio stuff. But I'm a little disappointed that vMix 27 doesn't work with Zoom Webinar. Well, there was some discussion about changing that. So I would encourage you to head over to the vMix forum and go into the vMix 27. Oh, heck, let's just bring it up. We're going to go here, and then here, and then here. And there it is. This was 3 days ago. Hi, all. There is now some preliminary support for Zoom webinars in vMix as of 27.0.0.64. So how about that? Boy, I couldn't have been in the right place at the right time any better than that. So 6.4 is not what I'm using. I'm using 6.5. So Xavier, get on the stick, man. Come on, get with it. Read the forum. Download the new version. And don't be disappointed anymore. Yes. Oh, Dave is in the North Desert again. 70 degrees. Fahrenheit, Celsius. Just wondering. It is desert. All right, Michael says, at least I can uninstall vMix audio interfaces like vMix Audio Matrix and Audio Matrix vMix Electron from Jens Stigard. I didn't even know those things existed. I didn't know what Jens had been up to. I'll have to take a look. Thank you, Michael. Just wanted to make sure that the email for the 27 update should include the license key, not the registration key. Same thing. It's funny, when I talk to vMix folks, they will use license key and registration key interchangeably. Now, I think the documentation uses registration key, but I will hear them frequently refer to, you're only allowed to have the vMix license installed and activated on 2 PCs at the same time. Yeah. So that's the explanation. Kent, read the forum. Read the forum. Gunner is up to date. Woohoo! And OG is going to send me a link. I like it. I want to see your sources. Am I going to do a workshop series on the new stuff? Michael? No, I'm not. Because, there are lots of people out there that can do that, not just me, but I do have some shows I want to do in the near future featuring folks that are using vMix in a professional environment as a technical director, either as from their own company or working with other people. And I really want to get some information out there about that, because I think there are a lot of folks that are interested in the subject, but they don't know where to start. And so I think we can help them out. Thank you, OG. I just got your link. That was the little dingle right there. So no, I'm not. Xavier said, I did a 3-hour test on webinar with a bunch of stuff. I will see if I can get what we need. Good. Good. Let me know. OG's got 73 in Texas. Now that they have limited support. Like, yeah, like what does limited support means? It won't crash, or you can do everything you want. Just say whatever you need. Yep. It's all good. It's all good. So we learned some things today. We learned that that vMix 27.0.0.64 has limited support for Zoom webinars, and that the current version of vMix 27 is 27.0.0.65. Has there ever been a vMix that had more dot updates than vMix 27? Has there? I don't think so. I know when vMix released 27 as a beta that it was the highest dot version beta they'd ever released, meaning that they had done more work on it and that there was a lot more in it. And yeah. So there we go. Okay, apparently Dave is giving away NVIDIA hardware encoders, and he has 8 extras. So shoot Dave a note if you need an extra up to 8 NVIDIA hardware encoders. Why, Dave? Did NVIDIA release a new version of their driver that unlocks up to 8 hardware encoders? And Dave says, not 8, 551.23. He's got a bunch of them on hand. Yeah. Xavier, I agree. I agree that this is the biggest release that vMix has had since vMix 1. There you go. Now, use them judiciously. They can get you in trouble. How can they get me in trouble, Tom? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard when Martin announced that they were going to do that, he said, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. Use them carefully. Latest vMix training vid shows that NVIDIA has improved their encodes. Oh, really? NVIDIA has? Huh. I know that they've added an AV1 chip or something to the 4000 and higher series NVIDIA graphics cards. I know that HEVC has been available since version 2000 and above. I was trying to find it on a 1660 the other day. I need to play with that and see. Now, if we can only have a different audio bus other than master to the multi-quarter. Have you made a feature request in the vMix forum for this? Huh? Have you? I think it's a good one. I'd like to have each camera send its own audio to its own multi-quarter recording. Wouldn't that make sense? You're going to have the master somewhere else. Ah, that's where Dave's 551 comes in. 551? You have made that request. Did you share that with anyone else so that they could agree with you? Huh? Huh? I'm just asking. Well, let's find out. Let's go to the forum. Oh, you guys probably want to watch. So let's go here to the forum. And let's go to feature requests right here. And let's see where it is. We'll never find it like that. Let's try a keyword. Let's try multi quarter, and we'll say master audio. Search. Okay. Got 11 pages of them. Changing titles, independent recorder, streaming and recording, split audio to waves, multi-quarter and audio. Looks like there's some discussion in here, something multi-quarter and audio. Are we in the, oh, this is general discussion. Okay. Uh-oh. Well, I'll let you guys look. Driver version. Thank you, Dave. I would be ashamed. I would really be ashamed. Even if it was deep in my past, I would wake up every morning filled with shame. Okay, let's see real quick. NVIDIA. I'm doing this on my own. Driver 551.23 issues. Well, let's just go to the driver. It was released 8 days ago. Add support for GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super. That's good. Add support for RTX Video HDR. Good. Fix some bugs. I don't see anything. Well, here's additional information. Release notes, driver changes. Changes and fixed issues. Known limitations. Oh, this is good. Existing support. What's new? This is not very interesting, I'm sure. Okay, we'll have to look at that. But I'll take Dave's word for it. Doggone it. You know, he's just so smart.